From the very first moment Milo could grip a brush in his tiny hand, the world seemed to slow down whenever hair was involved. Not because he was quiet, Milo was anything but because his focus became deep, careful, and joyful. While other children crashed toy trucks into walls or built towers just to knock them down, Milo sat cross-legged on the floor, gently brushing doll hair, ribbons, yarn, and anything else that could twist, coil, or curve. To Milo, hair wasn't just hair, it was movement, it was emotion, it was storytelling. He noticed things others didn't. How curls bounced when they were happy. How straight hair shimmered when it was calm. How braids felt strong, like promises woven together. He truly believed that every strand carried a feeling, and if you listened closely enough, hair would tell you exactly what it wanted to become. "Why do you love hair so much?" kids sometimes asked. Milo would smile and say, "Because it listens back." The style that changed everything. As Milo grew, so did his creativity. He tried braids from books, twists from videos, knots he invented himself. Some styles worked, some collapsed halfway through, some made him laugh so hard he had to start all over again. But one style never failed him. Space buns. 2 perfect circles balanced on either side of the head. Simple, bold, joyful, and powerful in a quiet way. When Milo shaped them just right, they reminded him of planets floating in space, spinning with confidence and purpose. "They look like moons," Milo would whisper as he adjusted them. His grandmother, watching from her chair with her knitting needles clicking softly, would shake her head with a knowing smile. "No, my star," she'd say. "They look like confidence finding its place." Milo wore space buns everywhere. To school picture day, to family parties, to the grocery store where strangers sometimes stared, sometimes smiled, and sometimes asked questions. "Why that style? Is it for boys or girls? Did you do that yourself?" Milo always answered kindly. "Hair doesn't belong to rules," he'd say. "It belongs to people." The letter that opened the world. One ordinary afternoon, sunlight pouring across the kitchen table and crumbs from toast still scattered near Milo's sketchbook, something extraordinary arrived. An envelope shimmered. Not glittery, not shiny, just alive. Its edges glowed softly, and stamped in gold was a spinning globe wrapped in a ribbon. Milo opened it carefully. The International Young Stylists World Tour. Not a regular competition. This was an invitation to travel, learn, and share. Young stylists from across the world would move from country to country, learning local traditions, techniques, and stories. The final event wouldn't crown the best style, but the one that told the most meaningful story. Milo's heart raced as he read the theme, hairstyles that defy gravity. He nearly dropped the letter. Space buns weren't just a style anymore. They were a dream with a destination. His parents exchanged a glance, then smiled. "If your dream has a passport," his mom said softly, "it deserves to travel." Stop 1. Brazil rhythm in the roots. Rio de Janeiro welcomed Milo with sunshine, music, and movement everywhere. Here, hair didn't sit still, it danced. Local stylists showed Milo how texture moved with rhythm, how curls and coils carried history, joy, and resilience. Space buns became looser here, alive with motion. Milo learned to let sections flow freely, letting strands curve and sway like waves responding to music. A young stylist clapped as Milo finished one look. "They're not floating," she laughed. "They're dancing in the sky." Milo wrote that in his notebook and added a tiny musical note beside it. Stop 2. Morocco balance and geometry. In Marrakech, everything felt intentional. Tiles told stories. Patterns repeated with purpose. Stylists taught Milo how symmetry could speak without words. His space buns here were carefully sectioned, balanced perfectly, inspired by architecture and ancient design. Beauty, an elder stylist told him gently, is harmony between patience and purpose. Milo slowed down. He learned that rushing could break a story, and that sometimes the most powerful styles came from stillness. Stop 3. Iceland's strength in simplicity. Reykjavik greeted Milo with wind, quiet skies, and powerful silence. Here, hair had to endure. Space buns became sleek and strong, pulled tight enough to stand against cold air and constant motion. Inspired by glaciers and the northern lights, Milo created styles that felt solid like planets carved from ice. Strong doesn't mean loud, Milo whispered as he worked, watching snow drift past the window. Stop 4. India celebration in every strand. Jaipur exploded with color, laughter, and life. Hair here was a celebration decorated with flowers, fabric, and meaning. Milo learned how adornment could honor moments, emotions, and stories passed down through generations. He wrapped fabric around his space buns, added symbolic accents, and let color speak boldly. Hair, a local stylist told him with a smile, is a festival you wear. Milo laughed, unafraid of brightness anymore. Stop 5. South Korea precision meets play. Seoul taught Milo something surprising. Structure creates freedom. Here, techniques were sharp, clean, and exact, but never cold. Space buns were sculpted carefully, then softened with playful details. Milo learned that even the smallest strand mattered. Details are love, his mentor said. Milo believed it. The grand finale, Paris. The final hall shimmered with anticipation. Stylists from every corner of the world stood beside their models, hands steady, hearts racing. When Milo stepped forward, he took his time. He created universal space buns, 2 orbits, each infused with everything he had learned: texture from Brazil, balance from Morocco, strength from Iceland, color from India, precision from Korea. Nothing copied, nothing taken, everything honored. When he stepped back, the room fell silent. Then applause rose slow at first, then powerful, like a countdown lifting a rocket into the sky. The result that truly mattered. Milo didn't win first place. Instead, the judges whispered, argued, smiled, and then did something unexpected. They created a new award. The Global Expression Prize, for showing that hair has no borders and neither do dreams. Milo smiled, holding the trophy lightly. But what mattered most wasn't on the stage. It was in the audience. A small child, watching with wide eyes, twisting their hair into 2 tiny buns, already imagining their own universe. Epilogue. A universe of his own. Back home, Milo opened a small studio. Above the mirror, he hung a simple sign: "Your hair is your universe." Every day, people of all ages and backgrounds sat in his chair. Milo listened to their stories, their hopes, their hair. And with every twist, wrap, and orbit, Milo kept styling the stars.